All right. Good morning, everybody. Let me put the link in there for Go More Hike. I'll be right back. Let me go to my YouTube channel and mute everything down because I forgot to do that like a good little boy that I am. It doesn't have it listed yet. Wonder why. Interesting. That was the ding for it. So there it is. And let me mute that real quick. And we are muted. All right. Go back to StreamYard, see if Go More Hikes in there. He's not in there yet. That's okay. There is the link if anybody wants to come on. And hello, Cody, John, Frank, and Robert. Good to see you guys. There is Mr. Hike himself.
Hey.
And we have Happy Tree. What's up, bud? Yeah, you are definitely on. Definitely on. Want to see what it looks like on the YouTube side. Marco, what's up, man? John, good to see you. Hello, Rashard. I'm going to go over the Thailand news first before we talk about the shelter in place, because there was an interesting, few interesting things in there. I also wanted to tell you guys I have some great news. Well, number one, I have to go into work tomorrow to. This is not part of the great news. I guess it is good news, but I have to go into work tomorrow to learn a new system. So there won't be a live chat for sure tomorrow. Hey, John. So you don't have to worry about that. Now, secondly, I received this email from YouTube, which I've been waiting on forever and ever, and I didn't think I was going to get it until I had 30,000 followers with me. So we're going to see. Now we can activate the channel memberships on this channel. So I will be working on that the rest of the day today. I don't know how soon I'll get it out, but if you want to become a channel member, there will be several tiers that works kind of like PayPal. Hey, Jim, good to see you. Good morning, bud. There will be several tiers, and then there will be some upper tiers that you can get for certain things. We're going to see how that pans out, and if nothing else, it's a good way. If you don't like the PayPal method, it's a good way. What do you mean? Oh God, no memberships. Sure. Memberships are kind of invaluable to a growing YouTube channel. So if you don't like the PayPal method, you can always become a member. Kind of works like YouTube competing with Patreon, basically. So I'll work on that sometime, and when it becomes available, you'll just see a join button beside the subscribe button on the channel, and at that time, you can choose whether or not you want to join. You can take a look. You can click join and to take a look at the different tiers and see what you would like to, what level you would like to partake in, if any. And if you don't, no problem. Same way with everything else. But I was really surprised to get that email this morning. So that was a pretty good thing. What are you stacking up back there?
Just some visual aids. Visual aids. Decorations. Maybe something. Maybe something you recognize.
Yeah. Thanks, bud. I appreciate it. We got Mad Max coming in right now. How you doing, Max?
There you go, mate. Yeah, good. Thanks. Good. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Doing really good. Hope you are.
Hey, Max in the house. How's it going?
Well, not too bad. Yourself, mate? Yeah, just got one more day to go, and got one more day to go. 14 days. Yeah, I'm back to work tomorrow. Yeah.
I hear you, man. I got to go into work tomorrow instead of working from home. So I think which is okay, because I really need to get out of the house, which is what we're going to talk about in a few minutes. Cody says beans and cornbread. I knew that's what you had stacked behind it there. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Jim says, I think memberships is a great idea, Jeremy. So do I. because I just think it would be beneficial for everybody all the way around. I think it's a fun way to get in on little bit of nothing. John wants to join too. John, you know you got your face exposed, right? If you don't want your face exposed, hit the video button. Okay. Cody says, can we actually mail some to you? I don't think so. I don't believe so. No time to be sad. Live streaming now too from Eastside. Oh, I had no idea. Dave.
Yeah, I'll watch him sometimes. He's pretty cool.
Yeah. That's Chuck and Paige, right? Yeah, no time to be sad. Yep. Yeah, that's Chuck and Paige. They're good. Let's add John real quick before I get on to the news and see if he's got anything to say. John, can you hear us, man?
Absolutely. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How you doing, man?
Good. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy Thai New Year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, happy Thai New Year, for sure.
But it's Happy Thai New Year, so or Happy Songkran. Yeah, Happy Songkran.
Songkran was yesterday here in Thailand, but yes, it is today in America. Cody says he's got about 300 in chat. It's like watching credits on the USA channel. that's awesome. I'm glad he has such a big
USA
following.
channel speeds up their credits to get to the next movie and stuff. So I think that's what.
Yeah, me too. Butch Ward says, how's it going out there? Everything's good here. It's going great. I'm gonna run over some of this Pattaya news real quick before we get into the shelter-in-place stuff and see what you guys have to say about it. And we'll talk about that in just a second. So real quickly, let me run over the Thailand news. This is, again, from the Pattaya news. It pops up in my email every morning. Homeless problem growing quickly in Pattaya.
Native. You sound just like a native.
Pattaya. I don't know. I get so chuckled and tickled when people say you're not pronouncing it correctly, and I'm like, I don't care. You know where I'm talking about. I'm not trying to do the city any disservice. You know exactly what I mean. Just a bunch of reckless old people sitting behind their computer with nothing better to do. Homeless problem growing quickly due to the spread, and local residents asked city officials to take action. So I'm not sure what's going to happen there. I'll probably read through this. I might do 2 videos today. I'm just in that kind of mood.
Did you say homeless problem?
Homeless, yes, problem. Mixed messages on using walkways along beaches in Pattaya for exercise. Report many frustrated local residents. So the local residents must not be understanding the police's messages there, according to that headline. Pattaya City Hall and city employees get an extra day off every week to help fight the spread. I guess that's cool. 2 drunken men arrested for allegedly trying to break into a 7-Eleven during curfew to buy more booze. Imagine that, right?
You sure that didn't happen in Alabama?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Says Pattaya City checkpoints and closure to start Wednesday, not Tuesday in the afternoon. So I guess that's today here? No, today's Tuesday here. Yeah. Police raid house in Banglamong for I can't say that. Yeah, you guys can figure out what a house raid's for, right? A Korean was arrested for something similar. And then Phuket lockdown has begun for 14 days. All residents are encouraged to stay home and ordered to stay in sub-districts. Wow, that's like a real there's something else that I can't read there. And then help Pattaya. Pattaya. Help that place. A list of places offering help to the needy and unemployed in Pattaya. Ooh, I said it way different that time. During these tough times, and there's a list on there. You guys can all check that out on the Pattaya news, and I guess it's .com. I don't know. I get a email every day that has their news instructions in there. So
And I
anyway,
really like the Tiger website and their news channel as well. They
do a YouTube video also.
I subscribe to them, and I really like how it's presented. Where it's, I guess that guy must have worked in the the news as a reporter in the past as well.
Like a journalist, yeah.
Yeah, he's like very professional, just like a professional journalist. So it's pretty cool.
What did let's see, Cody in Texas said? Oh no, wait, Asians say. I have no idea how to pronounce that.
Who's
says Adam, and he's messing with me. Jim says the local government here in Hillsborough County, Florida, decided to have a vote today. Adam says the Tiger's great stuff. I agree. I get a notification for them every day. Jim says they implemented a 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. curfew effective immediately starting tonight to go along with our safer at home. And there's Go More Hikes. Just to reiterate to let me know that I'm never getting cornbread and pinto beans again. Awesome. Thank you, brother. John, what's happening, man?
Can
you hear me?
I'm just chilling.
You just chilling? You just hanging in the background listening?
Yeah, I like those channels as well.
Yeah, me too. Definitely.
Did you know that one of the reasons I've been to Thailand 3 times in the last year, and the first trip is because of you and your channel.
Awesome,
I feel for you, John.
I love to hear stuff like that, John. Thank you, man. Thanks so much. I really love to hear stuff like that.
Yeah, you put a lot of content out that made it interesting and exciting enough for me to just say, hey, I should just go. And so I did.
That's awesome. That really is awesome. You really can't get a better compliment than that. So I appreciate that. Max, you got anything going on today?
Yeah, I just want to say, they're just saying last night on the news that we won't be able to get international flights till next year, start of next year.
Oh, they've already mentioned that next year. Yeah, that's what I've been afraid of, is that because nobody knows what's going to happen, of course. And
I think there's a chance that all that will change if the medications that are in development come through. It may take till 2021, but certainly vaccine will. But medications are in development. There's an article that's going to come out in the New England Journal in the next couple of days, which showed a 68% response on patients on ventilators.
Which you can't say the medications. Don't say the medications, John.
Okay.
YouTube will.
I'm just going to say that 68% of the patients who were on ventilators got off. So that's
right after that cocktail. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
No, I mean after the cocktail of meds. I'm talking about. John knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's an investigational medication from a pharmaceutical company.
Yep, exactly. And I heard it was doing pretty well. Richard says Florida finally coming in the 21st century with the virus.
Oh, the V word. We can't say the
V word. Can't say the V word. Hike, take care of that, please.
Oh, okay. We can say disaster, right?
Yeah, or we can say something like that.
Okay. Can we say like global calamity?
No, nothing global. Nothing global.
Just disaster.
Yeah. You can say disaster. You can say I prefer that it stays something like the thing that's going on in the world, or you could simply use the word it. We're all going to know what you're talking about, especially according to the title.
Every time
of the
somebody says
video.
it, I think of the Stephen King novel and movie.
I hear you. Let's see. John said, John says all the naysayers saying Thailand will fail, but it's safer here than most other places, even if you adjust for possible manipulation of numbers. I'm going to say that I am inclined to agree with John. And also John H. I'm also inclined to agree with you about things changing. Yes, Adam, incident would be okay too. John, John H. I'm inclined to agree with you about the rate of push that all this stuff sees, and how many people are going to jump on board, and what's that kind of thing. So I think that with what's going on behind the scenes, I think they're making extraordinary progress. I actually think they're making more progress than they're telling people, because they don't want to get people's hopes up again. And this video probably won't get monetized, which at this point it is what it is. But I was watching some of the White House briefing this morning, and I try to keep politics out of everything, but I was watching the briefing this morning, and whether you like the president, whether you don't like the president, he smacked him in the head with a hammer this morning. And I'm talking about the media in the USA. And when I say this morning, that would be nighttime for you. I'm not saying that I'm a fan or that he's the best or I'm a supporter or anything like that. I'm just saying the doctors and him laid out a hell of a case this morning, in my opinion.
Yeah, I didn't see the press conference because I've been trying not to watch the news so much, because like every story, can you see me? Like every story I do see, it kind of gets me all worked up, and I'm already worried enough. But I think it is fair to say that it is, like, what's the phrase before? All hands on deck. Like every scientist, every corporation, every rich person, there's all kind of stories in the news that I have been watching, local news and talk shows, and like even this afternoon, I just randomly turned on the TV and I watched some of Ellen DeGeneres' daytime talk show, and she had on Bill Gates, who of course is spent like mountains and mountains of money charity work all over the world, and he's also done charity work relating to it and fighting stuff related to it. And he was talking about, and what I'm getting at is he said some good things. So he said some good things.
Good things are always good.
Yeah.
Good things are always good. I like that. Let me catch a couple of these comments. Let's see. John also said, who wants to travel internationally? Not me, but I would love a trip to the fields. God bless you. Cody in Texas says, question, if I would have gotten stuck in Thailand in March, how are visas working with quarantine and airlines closing? So really what they're doing is, if your visa expired March 26th through, I think, the 30th, I believe, don't hold me to this because I haven't read it in a couple of days, then you're getting a automatic visa renewal. After that, if your visa expired before, then you would have to go seek, I mean, the borders were still closed, but if your visa expired before the 26th of March, then you would have to go to immigration and actually talk to somebody and get them to stamp you in. And after that, you could get this, what they're calling unlimited unlimited extensions, pretty much is what it amounts to. Adam said instant. Yep, that's good. John said all visas automatically extend to July 1st, I believe. Yep, that's kind of what I was getting at. John says, see how it goes after the bus driver died in Bangkok. Yeah, we're going to take that comment off because it's got the D word in it, and we don't want to use that either. We're going to try to keep it clean. Adam says this incident has caused me to only work 3 days out of the last 30 plus days. It's definitely hurt my ability to make money, and it will. Hey, Roger. But it will hurt everybody's ability to make money. Hopefully, if you're in America, I think I think they're going to open that country back up in certain portions really soon, to be honest with you. And I think Thailand looks at it more on a. They may not look at it on a city by city, province by province. I think they may be looking at it more as an international thing. That's just my opinion. I'm not. That's not saying I've heard that for sure. And Cody says, where does T-Dog had injection seats installed?
T-Dog.
I love that. Me either. I love that. Oh, Adam says, and I work for an airline. That's yeah. The airlines got beat down pretty bad. John S says, sorry, no problem, John. Don't worry about it. No problem at all. So, Max and John, you guys go ahead. Tell me something I don't know.
Hey, can I mention a joke that Cody posted on Facebook today?
Yeah, as long as it doesn't get my channel shut down.
That's really the thing. It says the spread of it is based on two factors. The spread of it is based on two factors: how dense the population is, number one, and number two, how dense the population is.
I like that. That's a good one. Hey, Joshua. John says, when do you think airlines will be flying again? I have no idea. Adam says flights are going out with 5 to 10 people, sometimes less. Wow, that's rough. Derek says, looks like people will be stuck wherever they are for quite some time, longer than first expected. That could be true. John says markets are still going strong. I noticed that, which is kind of odd. And Adam says they are still flying out, or they're still flying, but at severely reduced schedule. And John says morning markets, not a lot of distances being kept. Cody says, thank you. I'll be here all week, literally.
Yeah, I was already left with that. As soon as I saw it come up, I was already left with that.
Let's let Max and John talk for a little while and see what they got going on.
Yeah, just last night again, I had it's kind of off the side of the track here, but last night, like I said, I got one more day to go, and then I fly out to work on Thursday. But yeah, the police come knocking on my door again, just checking up on me. So we never had this before, but yeah, it's tough times for everyone. And I was just, like I said, I just want to get back and see my wife back in Thailand, and that's the toughest part. I think I can handle this 14 days, but not seeing the family, that's the hardest part. And yeah, really miss Thailand. Yep.
That sounds
Max,
bad, man.
You're the gold miner, is that correct?
Yeah, mate. I work on a gold mine just up north of Australia. Yeah, I drive the 793 dump trucks up there. Yeah, so long days, but I enjoy it. It gets me back to Thailand every 2 weeks. But now I'm not sure when it's going to happen again. Not sure at all. Yep.
So
sorry, guys. Let me say real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Good morning to Stuck in Florida and Tommy J. And I think I said Roger already. Okay, go ahead.
Hello, Stuck in Florida. Tommy J. Oh, yeah. And Max, yeah, don't tell me anything personal, of course, but like, do they have you put up in a hotel being quarantined now, or like, how does that work?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, it's been looked after that way. Yeah, they put me up in a hotel. Company pays for that, and yeah, look after the food. But the worst part is you can't get out your room. That's all about it. But I'm probably one of the lucky ones. I'm still working, but I feel sorry for people who don't have the jobs, and yeah, it's very tough. Yeah, for the people who don't have a job.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So where do they have gold mines in Thailand?
No, it's in Australia, John.
Okay, I got it all backwards then.
Yeah. Yeah, so I go every 2 weeks. So I'm on a 2-and-2 roster. I do 2 weeks work, 12.5-hour days, night shift, day shift. And then I jump on a plane from Perth and fly to Thailand and see the family every month.
Gotcha.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool, Max.
And I missed it. What part of Thailand are you flying back to?
The main city I stay is Ubon Ratchathani. Ubon.
Up in Isan, yeah.
Isan, yeah.
Isan, Kapong, yeah. And yeah, so then I just drive out an hour and a half out of Province, Yasaton, if you know it, yeah. Yes, it's on.
Yep.
Cool,
Yeah,
man.
so go there. And I actually missed the place. Yeah, it's going to be hard, but we'll get through it. And yeah, love Thailand. It's a great place.
Yeah, I love Thailand too. I really do. I like living here. I enjoy it. There's I think the whole YouTube channel and the community itself and everything. I think all that's going to change a little bit as we go back to work, because we're going to be working from home. That's actually what I'm going in for tomorrow, is to be working from home. I don't know what my schedule is going to be like, but I do know I'm going to be working from home, so there probably won't be live streams every day. Well, I know there won't be live streams every day anymore, at least not in the morning, or in the morning for me, at night for you guys. So I may capture a different audience and that kind of thing. Let me just real quick catch up to the comments, and I'll come right back to you guys. Roger says, I afraid international travel might be one of the last industries they try to open. That may be true, but Thailand will want tourists back as soon as possible. That's almost a definite to me. I mean, that statement is almost definitely true. I can't see. John, you're familiar with Thailand. John H. Would you agree with that statement? Thailand want tourists back as soon as possible.
I think they want our money.
That's what I was alluding to. I didn't want to say it. Let's see. Adam says that's true. I made so many wonderful friends in Thailand that I'd love to see, and I have plenty of time off available to me now, and I'm unable to go. That's sad, man. Cody said, "Oh, there's everybody saying, hey, to Stuck in Florida," and Tommy J. And then Cody says, "Jay, can you go to Big C?" Right? You can go to Big C, right? Yes, I can go to Big C. I can go to Macro, and let me get up for a second. I meant to tell you guys this. I'm going to do a whole little video on this, but I actually, for the first time, found reusable masks yesterday. These are supposed to be really, really good ones. 99% guaranteed zinc oxide reusable antibacteria mask. And they were $100 a piece, or $3 a piece. So hopefully they should last for a little while. So
Yeah,
I
can't wait for my mask to come in, because it's been about 2 weeks now that I ordered some from wish.com. And
it's been 4 weeks since I ordered some from Wish, and they still haven't come, so don't feel bad.
Oh, so
that's the difference in Wish and like other places. Wish.
But I did get that the order had been filled and that it was shipped. So hopefully it's in the chain now, like in the shipping in the box.
I ordered some stuff.
That email too. Go ahead, John.
I ordered some stuff from wish.com, and after 3 months, I wrote to them and I said, "Hey, I didn't get it, even though you said you sent it." And they issued me a refund. And then
so they do refunds?
Oh, yeah. And then it came 2 days later. But it took 3 months.
Yeah, the reason Wish's products are so cheap and inexpensive, and they are compared to other stuff, is because the shipping that they use is some type of in-house to parcel. If you guys know what I'm talking about, anybody ever worked in public shipping before? But I'm not going to go through and explain all that, but basically it's the cheapest way to ship. Like shipping on everything that I had, I ordered like 8 or 9 items, and shipping was $11. So, and that's that's to Thailand. So just to give you a little idea of that's why it takes so long for Wish items to get here. So when you're thinking about shopping Wish, just remember, if you need something for that weekend, don't shop Wish. you got to go somewhere else and shop Wish. Ross says, "Hey Ross, good to see you, man." Ross says, "Cody Big C is open, but only for food." Yes, That is very true. John says, when will you go back to the States? I don't have any plans to go back. I plan to, travel around Southeast Asia eventually. Right now, I really like my job. I'm not going to lie. The only complaint I have with jobs, period. Hey, be accountable. I see you up there, and missed you. But, the only problem I have with jobs, period, is just getting up in the morning. That's the only problem that I ever have with working. So, but the job I have now is great. It's wonderful. It's I really can't say anything bad about it.
And settle down.
About time to what?
About time for you to put down roots. Settle down with a nice lady, preferably rich.
It preferably rich. It is about that time, and I do have. Well, we all know the story about the one that comes and goes, and right now she's technically she's in the field. She just hadn't made her way to Bangkok yet, so we'll see how that goes, and I'll keep you guys updated. I'm pretty transparent with stuff. Ross says all office supplies, clothing, and stuff like that are all closed areas. Yeah, which made me very upset when I found out I had to go in yesterday because I don't have a new notepad yet. I'm going to have to get creative and look around here.
Oh, really? So even at the grocery store, even though the grocery store is open, you couldn't walk over to the office supply section?
Nope. I have it roped off.
I didn't know that.
I have it roped off. I've seen that many times here so far. John says Thailand tourism will be bad for a while. I'm talking about John S. Thailand tourism will be bad for a while. I don't know. I'm optimistic on that one, John. That's just that's my intuition. Cody says, why did 7-Eleven close but not Big C? No, 7-Eleven's not closed. They just, all of them are closed according to the mandated curfew. Then John S. says, my girlfriend is a tour guide and she won't be working for a while. Oh, man, that's terrible. That is terrible. And Ross reiterates their 7-Elevens are open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. That's right, because that's when there is no curfew. Let's see. Cody said, yeah, got Bangkok Warrior. What's up, buddy? If it's made in China, I wouldn't trust it. I'm going to leave that one alone. Tommy says, John, give us your thoughts on masks. Yeah, John, give us your thoughts on masks.
Masks are good for protecting other people from what you got. They aren't so great for protecting you from what other people have. So, really,
unless my argument to that would be, unless you have a good seal around your face and you actually have something like an N95 respirator. Would you agree or not agree?
Yeah, I wear an N95 for my job fairly often, and you're only supposed to wear them for a short period of time. They get full of moisture, humidity, and then you can grow bacteria, fungus, mold in there. So I don't recommend that people look for N95. Just wear a mask with the idea that it saves you from not touching your face and mouth and nose, and if you're coughing or sneezing, that it's not going to be affecting other people. That's really what I think.
I agree with John's assessment. I also have to say that here in Thailand, that's right, something's better than nothing.
Coming out of your mouth.
And speaking of the something that's better than nothing policy, I want to tell you that here, especially here in Bangkok, it's a good idea to wear some type of mask regardless. And the reason for that is the air pollution here in Bangkok. So it's a good idea to put a mask on here when you go outside for any reason, whether there's anything going on in the world or not. You see my point on that, John?
Absolutely. And I was going to ask you, do you use an air purifier in your condo?
I do not, because the air purifier, believe it or not, I live in a really nice condo, and I'm not saying that to brag or anything. I got really lucky when I found this place, but they actually have purifiers built in to every unit of the condo. So, yeah.
If I read some of the Facebook groups on Chiang Mai, a lot of people talk about which air purifiers to get because, they have that whole burning season up there. And it's bad.
Yeah.
And it's bad. And Bangkok can be bad, too, as you said.
Oh, yeah. I've been out when I'm not familiar with Chiang Mai's burning and all that stuff. I mean, I've seen you can actually see some of the smoke when it happens, like at dusk when the sun, what's called blue hour, when the sun's going actually down, but it's still blue outside. You can look, if you look north, you can see way off this plume of it just looks dark. It looks darker than the rest of the sky, if that makes any sense. And you know where it's coming from. Let me catch a couple of these comments real quick. Bangkok Warrior, I read that. Mario and B, good morning to you. Cody says, get 7 ladies, Jay, and name each after a day of the week. I don't have that much time, bro. I'm sorry.
That sounds a little dangerous. That sounds a little dangerous there in a foreign land.
Absolutely. Derek C says, hey, Jeremy, speaking of shopping, I was debating just bringing a carry-on with me when I fly over. From what I've seen in videos about the markets, I could buy clothes like they're cheap, right? Absolutely. I brought, when I travel now, I only take 2 bags, and that's the carry-on bag and whatever I can slide underneath the seat. That kind of thing. You Speak the Truth says, I heard Philippines going to have a mandatory stay at home for 14 days. Do you know anything about that? I don't know anything about it, but it would not surprise me at all. Derek C says, buy them as I need them and the luggage to take it home when I go. There you go. That's a good idea. Robert says, yes to Derek C. Ross says, Derek, as long as you are not over the 38-inch waist, you will have no issues finding clothes. Ross makes a good point because you have to go to certain stores if you're over 38 to come over here and buy clothes. I don't know if you guys are aware of that or not. The Travel Hopper said, I am so grateful beach still open in Hua Hin. Yes, I have not produced that video yet, but I will on going to the beach at Hua Hin. I only did the market, and I had a good time on the beach there and the beach at Chiang.
So is the beach really still open at that place?
I'm just going to take his word for it.
Oh.
I don't know if it is or not, but Hua Hin's a little. You haven't heard it. I haven't heard anything in the news about Hua Hin, so it really wouldn't surprise me. Jim says, guys, go hit that thumbs up button. Cool. What about your eyes? People are not protecting their eyes. Well, I wear glasses. That's not really protection. I just didn't fill out. Gotta read that comment right there. Let me get on YouTube real quick. You can't say that because you. The one that says useless, yeah.
Yeah,
you don't mind. Yeah. Because that was.
I got my tablet ready to go right here.
Cool. Those are YouTube comments are way behind. Yeah, protecting your eyes is important, but it's not as important if you don't put your fingers in your eyes.
Yeah, something is better than nothing. It's not like, you're wearing a bag over your head or something, but, you got all the particles, coming out. And if you got this here, you're not doing this, you're more conscious of your actions.
Exactly. Jim's in the background. Jim, you got your face showing, right? Is that what you want? Yes or no? You're good to go. Give me a thumbs up in your camera because I can see you. Nobody else can see you.
Let's see, how many was on the Brady Bunch? See, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Jim would be 5. I think Brady Bunch was like 3, 6. It was 9. I think it was 9. And why was your
Jim? Where'd you go? Jim went away. I don't know.
My head is being hid by the StreamYard, watermark. So I've got to get down.
I know. Let me see if I can. Hang on. Let's see if I can flip that. There we go. That's much better.
And I'll just sit right here the whole time. How about like that?
Yeah. Don't do that one. Has it changed on YouTube yet? Is that better? Can you guys see it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's much better.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Sorry about that, guys. I'm still getting used to this stream.
Now you can see my whole collection of my stock of vegetables that Jeremy is missing here.
Go on, man.
You know.
Hey guys,
Go.
I might have to leave you guys. I'm going to make a phone call to Thailand, but I just want to say I love your show and nice to meet all you guys and having a chat, and hope everything gets good again and everybody be happy. Eh?
Right.
Very nice to meet you as well, Max. And thank you for being part of the channel. Really appreciate it, brother. And wish you all the best down there in Australia, and hope you get to come back to Thailand and see your family as soon as possible.
Yep.
Nice chatting, Max.
Yeah, same guys, same. See you guys. Bye bye.
Okay, take care, buddy.
Yeah, see us.
All right, who did I just remove? Oh, crap.
I think you may have bumped John. Okay.
Yeah, I accidentally bumped John on. John, can you hear us?
Yep.
Sorry about that, man. I accidentally bumped you off for a second. Let me make sure I get these comments caught up real quick, and then we'll continue discussion. Can you put the link back up again? I clicked myself out somehow, says Jim. Yep, I got you right here, buddy. Coming to you right now.
Can I read Cody's comment? It's a couple.
Go ahead, yeah.
Okay, Cody in Texas says, if people would just put an Auburn Tigers helmet on, they wouldn't catch anything. That's a big school here in Alabama. That's one of the top two schools in Alabama, and top football team as well. Auburn University and Alabama, or I should say University of Alabama.
We talked about this yesterday. Living in Alabama is like living in North Carolina. Like in Alabama, you're either an Alabama or an Auburn fan. And in North Carolina, you're either a Duke or a Tar Heel fan. So there are a few, NC State fans and that kind of thing, but they don't usually last very long.
Yeah. So Alabama does not have any pro teams. They've tried a couple times to have like some I guess you'd call them minor league NFL teams, and like the XFL here and a couple other leagues, but they never did last long. And I used to be a big football fan and basketball fan, but a couple years ago I kind of got out of it. So, but everybody around here is like huge sports fan though.
I kind of did the same thing. John S. says, Wayne is great. I was going to hide out there, but never made it. Ross says, beach here is open, but only for walking. Trevor Harper says, I'm still going daily. Okay. Cody says, here they close beaches to motorized vehicles, so basically you need to live there. Jim says, wake me up. I put back. I lost it on the. Cody said 9 for some reason. I don't know what that means. Oh, talking about the Brady Bunch, I think.
Yeah.
Travel Hopper says, I also took a ride from Wahan to Cham on Friday. Magnificent ride. So grateful to be trapped here. I don't know if trap's a good word to use, but whatever. Jim says, okay, I'm ready. Jim is ready. Now you got your face showing, Jim, right? Give me a thumbs up. I can see you, but nobody else can. All right, he gave me a 1 finger, so I guess that means 1 minute.
Oh, and I'll read Cody's comment again down at the end of the chat. Cody in Texas says his father was from Alabama. I did not know that, and that he probably spent 1 to 2 months a year there growing up. Oh, pretty cool. So nice to meet you, or I should say.
Okay. See you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here comes the one and only.
Good.
The one and only, if he ever gets his camera right, Jim Pale. What's up, Jim?
Jim in house.
Jim. He just shows the dog. What's up, dude?
The main man is here. Mr. Bentley.
Mr. Bentley.
What's up? What's up? How's everyone tonight?
We are great. We are absolutely great. Or I'm great. Hope everybody else is.
So does the sound okay? I've got the Galaxy earbuds in.
Yeah, you're doing fine. It sounds a little hollow, but you're fine. It's no problem. We're not looking for perfect audio here.
Can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah, this is not.
We can hear you.
Next top model by any means.
What can I do to fix that?
Probably at this point, I would say just don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. I mean, everybody.
What helps the echo? Stuck said I had echo last night.
The echo is probably from the room you're in. I'm looking at the bottom of the screen. I can see your head, and then the echo is probably from the drywall from the room you're in. It looks pretty bare, so that's probably where the echo is coming from. No big deal though. Ross says, "How many of you have stopped shaving since being locked down?" I stopped for a while, but yesterday I got out flippers.
The single guy life, kind of like the wall behind you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I didn't even check to see if stuff was out of the way today or whatever. I just kind of got up, rolled over. I got a couple text messages, and I just decided to go live because one of the messages said I was gonna probably be going in tomorrow, so into work, and that's fine with that. Great, and so I thought I'd kick off one more live stream. We didn't have to make. We're definitely not gonna make this on a 2 hour or anything like that. But we still haven't touched on the really the shelter in place, and we kind of want to talk about, like how crazy are people going? Like, what is it? Is it that bad? Is it like, I think, me personally, I think what's got more people shook is the uncertainty in the economy versus the actual itself. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, because we're definitely in uncharted waters by like any, analysis of the facts at hand. So like nobody knows what's going to happen. And
the thing does not bother me near as much as the economy does.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. John, you got any comments on that?
Well, I'm hoping what people learn from this is
the thing is not bothering me, nothing to what the economy is.
I'm hoping what people learn is that it's a good idea to build up a little bit of spare cash to cover an emergency situation.
Yep.
And the data in America, at least, is that most people don't have $400 to pay for an emergency if something should come up.
I've heard that on TV.
And what the recommendation is that you should have 3 to 6 months of your income as an emergency fund. And I'm hoping that people will learn from this and try and plan ahead a little bit, because I think there isn't always going to be someone who's going to be able to pick you up, and like the government is trying to do. And
right.
And $1,200 isn't going to go that far for most Americans.
Yeah, it's a drop in the bucket. I'll take it.
But it's something, and if it's $1,200 per adult and $500 for a kid, so that can add up. But I do think that what I'm hoping people will learn is a little bit of financial literacy and try to stretch their dollars a little bit and just to make their lives a little bit safer. That's just my opinion, though. I don't know. People are going to do what they're going to do. So.
Well, I have to tell you that one of the biggest things I learned over the past few years is that saving money is probably one of the most important things you can do, because when it hit over here, everybody was paranoid. The people that live paycheck to paycheck, and I was thinking to myself, I've got a little bit of savings. I have, I don't know, probably 3 months worth of pay over here in savings, and that's not bad. It's still not good, but it's not bad. And then I have a secondary source of revenue from YouTube and AdSense that I can still add a little bit to, and it wasn't that bad. And I've been saving a lot of that money to put in my actual savings for like my plans in the future. That kind of thing. And I think you are 100% right, John, in what you said. I also want to say that I have 2 comments on that. One, when it comes to the $1,200 stimulus, my thought on that is always it's better to have 1% of something than 100% of nothing. That's just my personal opinion. And then I also want to say that somebody left a comment. Mario and B says, I think more countries will become self-sufficient in. Oh, take that off, Ike. He used the P word.
Somebody's already taken that off.
Oh, okay. But he says more countries will invest in manufacturing in their own country, and that is a good point. I think that will definitely happen. Definitely. As Cody must have said something absolutely right. Stuck in Florida says people that make $10 to $12, I assume he means an hour, which is a lot of Americans have a hard time getting by, much less safe. That's so true. If you're making enough money so that you can just live and maybe go out to eat one night a week, then you're not going to be able to save money, which is why it's so important to have investments or other streams of income. Adam says, I doubt they will get 8% loans, though willing to bet they will be upping it to 12, 15% or more. I don't know about that. Depends on who we have in office. Cody says, yeah, I almost put 15% loan. Be Accountable says that stimulus is not really going to help the people. It's to stimulate the economy. So go ahead and get a new tattoo and some beer and pizza. I guess he's balking at the stimulus. I don't know. There may be a round two of that, guys. We don't know what's going to happen yet. Any thoughts?
I'm worried.
Well, I think worried's fair.
Yeah.
Worried's fair, but I'm
Jeremy,
not really
I think that we're starting to learn how spoiled we've been too.
Definitely.
Absolutely. That's a really good point, Jim. That's a really good point.
Jeremy, I think that we're starting to learn how spoiled we all are as well.
Yes.
Jim, I think you got to mute your. No, you're okay. Never mind. You said two different things. I'm sorry. Spoiled, yes. Especially in America. See, what I did was I came over here.
Just like here, tonight, just all at one time, they did an emergency meeting today.
Yeah.
I think I'm all muted.
Yeah, you're fine. Go ahead.
Okay. I just lost everything. Oh. No, I was just saying, yeah, I think we're in a lag here or something. Anyway, just like today, they had that emergency meeting, and all at one time tonight it went into effect immediately. We have a curfew at 9 o'clock at night now. And, everybody is up in arms about, they can't make me, stay at home. But it's because people were not in this particular area. People were not paying attention to the social distancing, and they was getting complaints about it at the police department. So they had a meeting today, and now we're on a curfew. And people are just, all up in arms about it. But we're starting to see how much freedom that we really have in this country. And, I guess we're learning a lesson.
Yeah, how quickly it can go away.
Be happy with what we have. And we definitely, as far as the money goes, let me tell you about the stimulus today. I talked to a girl today. She was putting her baby in the car at a store. And she told me she lost $21 that was in her hands. That was her last $21 from her last paycheck.
Wow. That's pretty
that's
pretty
anyway,
tough.
that was her last $21 from her paycheck. And she got home and her stimulus money was there. It was $1,700, $1,200 for her and $500 for the baby.
Wow. What a great
story. She was very happy to get it. So
good.
It's not going to be enough you're not going to get rich off of it, but it will help a lot of people get by.
I agree. And Jim just exited himself again. I don't know why he did that. I didn't exit him. Jim did. Ross says, reminder to mute YouTube when you talk. Yes. I think that might have been Jim's issue. I'm not sure, but it's okay. It's no big deal. This is really informal. John says, how do we explain Taiwan with under 400 cases? I actually heard a good explanation on Taiwan the other day, and that is that they basically shut down everything in terms of travel in and out of the country, and they did their own little sweep through the country, and they've done exceptionally well in Taiwan. And by the way, go ahead.
Oh,
go ahead, go.
I haven't researched that issue particularly, but I can say, Taiwan is a very small island with very, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Very tight controls already in the country. Mm-hmm. And so, when they want to do something, they can do it because of the population and the size and the small island.
Exactly. It's very dense, though.
Taiwan did something similar to South Korea, where they implemented strict social distance and mask, and then the other thing they did, which is really interesting, they had that high level of testing, which of course I think every country should try to do, and then they have technology, and so they used people's cell phones as ways of if someone got infected, of figuring out who they needed to contact in their network to see if anybody who got exposed, and then they had the testing to find out if those people actually got infected. And so they were able to trace people down who were exposed, and they got them to quarantine early. And so that procedure has probably saved them a lot of extra infections that would have gone unnoticed otherwise.
You're right, John, but I want to tiptoe around that because you're getting into some civil liberties when we start talking about the government being able to know your place, and I heard it thoroughly explained.
Did you hear that Google and Apple are proposing to offer this in America?
Yeah, but the thing about it is the proposal is one thing, whether it's already implemented or not is another.
Oh, I think that they're going to offer it on a voluntary basis, which is probably it's better than nothing, I think.
I'm more of a private-based person, so I'm not so sure that I would enjoy the government knowing every move I make, every person I come in contact with, and stuff like that. Not for nefarious purposes, but just for the reason of what's the what. I don't want to talk too much about it, but what's the next step after that, right? What did they do after that? First, we had the Patriot Act, then we had subsequent things, and now we're talking about tracking everybody via cell phone. That doesn't look good for privacy issues, in my opinion. But that's just how I feel about it. I personally don't like that.
Yeah, the government knows too much about me as it is. I'm all for a cure.
You do know that YouTube is owned by Google, right?
I do.
So yes. They know everything about us,
right?
Already.
they are our beneficial, what do you call it? Watchers. So all praise to Google.
All praise to Google. Absolutely. I think Jim's back up. You can't see his head though, but he's back in the back room back here.
Let's see those dogs again.
Yeah, let's try to add.
On his pet dog.
There's Jim. Hey, Jim, you're back.
How you doing?
They're having a discussion in the chat over there about the island stuff, and I think they have some good points over there. Like staying in a hospital if you're not sick, or not that sick, or you going to the hospital for some like elective purposes or something like that. Cody says government went through my files in 30 seconds and said, okay, let's skip this Horn dog. Roger says. Roger says the future is the government knowing everything about you, and I'm afraid it's a done deal already. Yep, so am I. And
Yeah, I'm thinking
John
the same
commented,
thing.
TJ is a great dude. You talking about Tommy, John?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tommy's a great dude, man. I had lots of fun meeting up with him in person. We ate at my favorite place in Pattaya.
Pizza company?
Pattaya.
Your favorite?
Yeah,
wait.
the other guy, I don't know if he's ever come in or I haven't seen him in a while, is Geo Slayer.
Geo, yeah. Geo was in a chat a few days ago, but I haven't seen him since then, and I have not been able to run into him yet, for whatever reason. I guess we just hadn't had that conversation.
He knows a lot, just like Richard knows.
Yeah. Lots of time spent in that city, which is currently on like it's a closure, is what they're calling it. It's a closure. So hopefully things will return back to normal here. I'm about live streamed out for this one, guys. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Because I have to go into the office tomorrow, there are some things I have to do to get prepared for that, and then after that, I'm going to try to start working on the channel memberships, which I think would be a great idea, and it will be something that's fairly inexpensive. And when I say fairly, I mean like YouTube sets the prices on, I think, the first and second tier, if I'm not mistaken. And then anything after that, you can like build your own tier for. So what I wanted to get out for you guys is please message me or email me. My email's in the about section of the channel. And email me or send me Facebook messages. Remember, my actual Facebook's not working for some reason. But send me actual messages, ideas, things that would be good for memberships beyond stickers and emojis, which is what YouTube like starts with. They give you membership badges and you get your own. I mean, it is pretty cool when you see it operate on a channel, but what to go above and beyond that? Like, would a channel member like to get to see the content first before I make it a public video? Would channel members like some behind the scenes stuff? You still have to say, the only thing about it being with YouTube is you still have to stay within their community guidelines. So, but I can do, you guys know I'm like really good at doing insightful PC is what I call it. So like, you can understand what I'm talking about without having to do a lot of thinking. Things like that. Just some ideas you guys want to throw out, feel free to send those to me at some point. Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
Sounds pretty cool. I was getting a good laugh out of Jim bringing his pet dogs on camera. He was like lifting them up and like holding them. So
he loves them dogs, man. That's for sure.
Sounds like a great idea.
Do you bring your dogs with you when you drive?
Are you talking to Jim?
Yeah,
he's
Go
got
more hike. That's my little babies in the other room.
But maybe I have that wrong.
In the other room, I have two Rottweilers. One of them's 185 pounds. The other one's 150.
Wow, that's a big dog.
He's getting up there in the Ross numbers, or he's approaching Ross numbers. We should say. Actually, nobody's close to Ross. Ross has got more dogs than anybody I've ever met. If you ever go to his house or his compound, I should say. Yeah, it looks like a compound.
That's when you're fancy. I call it a compound.
But when you
hey guys, it's good seeing everybody tonight. Y'all have a good night.
Okay.
All right, Jim. We'll see you, buddy.
Good to see
Take
you
care.
too,
Jim.
But they were. Let's see. What's John saying? John Smith says that's great if you have a job. So many self or unemployed. Yeah, but they're doing loans for that too, and we're kind of running out of time for that. I just kind of wanted to feel like I kind of wanted to get on here and see what the shelter in place thing was doing to people, and making sure everybody was, still feeling okay about it, and there wasn't any, major issues or, anything like that. There wasn't like people weren't going super stir crazy, which I'm not going super stir crazy, and I've been the stay at home, before the emergency decree that Thailand put out. And I did that just for my own safety, because I do believe social distancing works with this thing. And I also believe in taking that utmost precautions. When I go out, I have gloves, mask. I believe gloves are important. Just remember, watch a YouTube video on how to properly use gloves on your hands, and you would be surprised at how many people use them the wrong way. I was using them the wrong way, and I think that's a pretty good. I think that's something pretty good to research on. And if you're going to go, this is one of those situations. Like if you're going to go all in. Don't go halfway, because halfway messing around with it and is like doing anything else halfway in life. You're not going anywhere with it. That's my personal opinion. And I'll let you two. I'll let Go More Hike and John H. Say something, then we'll close it down.
Yeah, here in Alabama, I don't really have anything prepared, but yeah, here in Alabama, the governor here finally did order a shelter in place. I think it was 2 weeks ago or 1 week.
1 second, Hike. Cody, yes, you're right. That would be a good video. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, that I forget the date, but and I was talking to some of my friends and family about it. Is that she was kind of being delayed. I was, among people I know, was talking about why don't we already have one? Because there's no reason to wait before it gets out of control, like the other states, like New York State and Washington State and California, and Alabama has been, not as bad as other areas, but that is because we are a very rural state and not densely populated. And but the governor did finally order a shelter in place order like a week ago, or it might have been 2 weeks ago, I forget what it was. And people are mostly abiding by it. And I was kind of disappointed though. Like, oh yeah, this might be a good story. Because like the day that it was ordered, it was on a Friday, it was on a Friday, either last Friday or Friday before last. Well, I was kind of disappointed because like in the morning, because I knew people were still going out and some businesses were still remaining open, even though they were not really essential. And one story in particular I'm thinking of right now is a story that was on the local news here. And it was about a business that was staying open. It was a toy store, like a model toy shop selling toy model airplanes and model trains and whatnot. And they were still open. And even though the place where I work and most other places where I work were shut down, and the schools have been shut down for like weeks before then. And they interviewed the guy on the news, said, "Oh, well, we just can't afford to close. We just can't afford to close. We're providing a service for people, entertainment to, people are at home. They need like toys to play with." And I'm all disappointed because those toys are not worth your life. Either the customer's life or the owner's life or the cashier's life. And when people do come into that toy store, the owner don't know where they've been and the customer don't know where the owner, and he was being interviewed. He was not wearing a mask or gloves or anything. And so, but at least now though, Alabama is taking it more seriously and just about every place is closed except grocery stores and maybe like car repair shops and like essential services like that. So
probably a good thing that you guys got to jump on that in Alabama, to be honest with you, because it'll probably prevent a lot of unnecessary things happening. When this stream's over, the first thing I'm gonna do is finish watching the briefing that I was talking about, because I do want to see the rest of it. I thought it was very interesting. So, John, you got any last words, bud?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, if you're stuck at home, once you're sick of watching everything you can find on Netflix, Hulu, and everything else, then the internet, if you want to pick up a little bit of extra cash, you can do surveys, and sign up for surveys, and some of them will accept you as a market research participant, and you can get paid to do it. So
that is true. Yeah,
it's not, you're not going to make a lot of money doing it, but it might be enough to pay for your groceries every couple of weeks, which is something. So I just started doing it, so I don't know how it's going to work out, but there's a lot of
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, keep us posted on that, John, because that's if it works well, that may be something everybody just decides to pick up as a small little side hustle. I mean, you fill out a couple surveys and make a little money.
Yeah, if you have 10, 15 minutes to jump on some of these sites, you can learn something. You can, I haven't actually been involved in a survey yet, but anywhere from $20 to $200, depending on what they're, for an hour or two. Yeah. So
that's not bad. Even if you only make $20 for an hour, I mean, that's $20 an hour.
Well, no, I think that the minimum I've seen is like 50 to 75 an hour. So
wow.
Yeah. I can post some sites on the Facebook group if you want.
Do that. I was gonna tell you, if you don't mind, post some sites on the
travel unit, or
and in the Facebook group, because I can access it from my computer. I just can't access it from my phone. So that would be wonderful. All right, I'm gonna wrap up with a couple of comments here. Roger says, "What briefing?" I was talking about the White House briefing, Roger. Gordon, hey Gordon, sorry you came in at the end here, buddy. Jim says, share those videos and hit the thumbs up button on your way out. That's all I wanted to say, guys, is I appreciate some of you, because I can see it on Facebook when I open on my computer. When you guys have shared videos, it always asks me, especially if you tag me in the video, it always asks to approve it from my timeline, because I got it set to where, you can't just tag me in a video and it's going to go out. I have to approve it first. But those of you that share videos publicly, like, it doesn't have to be this video. It could be one of your favorite DoMoreLife videos, share it publicly. And that's how we're going to see the channel grow. And right now the mark is, let's get to 30,000, because I believe if we get to 30,000, then we will approach 40 much quicker than we did 30. We had a real good leap at 20. We went from 20 to 25, and I don't know what hike, about 5 weeks, something like that. It was a pretty substantial jump, and then we've been kind of buggered down since then. Some of it's got to do with my content that I put out, because I just simply don't have, even with I'm at home right now and with nothing to do all day, but I can't just go out and make videos because I can't take my mask off. And you guys don't want to see a bunch of videos with mask on. I mean, so they're certainly not going to be evergreen videos. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm not going to put a lot of production quality in. If you guys want to see a bunch of production quality with real special effects and some actual stuff like that,
why start now on the production quality? Since that's a joke.
I mean,
about production.
You could go back to some of my Philippine videos and see some production quality if you want to see some, or some of my early Thailand videos, because after that I was working and just didn't have time.
The tattoo studio, I could tell you put time in that, and with the editing and stuff. So
and that was
people that watch YouTube. You can watch all kind of big budget stuff on Netflix, HBO Max, broadcast TV. And YouTube, you get like a connection, and can't think of the right adjective, but
I think connections is the right adjective.
Is that the right word? Yeah.
I would agree with that 150%. Okay, I definitely got to go. I got an email right there, guys, that I've got to get in touch with them right now. So
right. Thanks,
we're going to
Jeremy, and everybody. Have a good night.
Yeah, John, I appreciate you coming on. Hike, thank you for coming on, man. You guys have been awesome. Whatever you do today, be sure you do more life. Love you. See you all later.